Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome again back to another episode of the Uncut and Real with Miss Leslie, where I speak about the things that people would like to say, think about saying, and is afraid to say. Let's go. All right, people. Somebody actually sent this text me. I told you all before that people normally send me things they would like me to speak on. So this person said, Miss Leslie, remember when Lamont attacked you? I want you to speak on that. Let everybody see what actually took place. So people on around June 20 something 2023, I was attacked by Lamont Joseph, a former worker from Harry Silver Housing, a supporter that used to clean. You all know him, he had work in a red hair and everything. He always singing on morning. His father was Michael. His father used to work here as a porter too. He used to clean the building. And then he retired. I had a nice send-off party for him, retirement party. And then Lamont decided to get involved with the board and Perry, and me and him was good. But with Perry and Blackwell, keep pushing him to attack me and to harass me and stuff, and he finally did it on this particular day. So you always see in the clip where he actually harassed me.
Because you the bitch with ACS cases. You the bitch that's about to get evicted. You the bitch that can't keep your kids fed. You the bitch that ain't got no goddamn babysitter. Okay. Bitch with no titties. Okay. And no fucking... Okay. Really? There you go.
6-1 to no one. Yeah. Okay, people, if you get a chance to watch the clip, you could see in the clip where I was attacked by Lamont Joseph. Lamont, most of you all of the building complex might know him. But Lamont and I was very good. And Lamont started to join with Perry and Blackwell and them, and they fight me internally for the board because I'm very involved in the politics of the board. When they're doing the wrong to the people, I stand for the rights of the people. So Lamont decided now to get involved deep in the politics of Harry Silver, right? Keep in mind, he's a worker here. He's not supposed to get involved in all the politics, whatever, Perry. And the board has nothing to do with what's going on with Lamont, but this is how he gets involved, So in 2020, the first time he did it is 2020 was him. I was protesting on Midwood Street, and Perry felt offended, things I was putting up, which is the fact, corruption with HCR, Harry Silver. So, she's Mr. Don't talk about me. So both her and BB and Lamont and some big strong security she hired to come and pull all the signs down on Midwood Street. And when I see Lamont, I was shocked. Lamont and BB could barely reach, but they were grabbing on all my protesting signs. People, remember, I didn't trouble these people. I am just protesting because it's my right to protest, my constitutional right. All right? Freedom of speech, freedom to protest, freedom to gather. All right? So Perry didn't like the stuff I put up. But people, all I put up is things that they're actually doing. All right? Violation of the bylaws, corruption, wasting, mismanagement of our funds, and we had a big picture of her. So I stick it all over on most people know I protest, and I stick it all over on Midwood Street. So Perry decided to get Lamont, BB, and all the rest of the board members in the community room. Patsy Headley didn't come out, but when this Perry realized she grabbed my sign and I run to grab, could we spend money to do the signs? So she was coming out from the community room and just running and grabbing stuff, she, BB, and Lamont, and she got Lamont involved. Lamont is a worker here, right? Even though you and Lamont will have a personal friendship, keep that out of the complex. Lamont works for us. You're paying him, So that is why Lamont really thought it was okay to come and attack me like that, because they were someone that encouraged him to, they someone who want to push him to do whatever he has to do to me. Anyway, so then Perry now, she grab my sign down, BB run and grab it down. So, the people, the young men in the community don't like it to attack Miss Leslie. So they realized they were harassing me, so they came outside, whatever, and stuff. And then I ran to the community room to grab my could be spent for money for that by Staples. There's a big picture with Perry on it and corruption, you're not my president, so she was offended. So she ran in the community room where all the board members was having something on the community room, we don't know. keep in mind, I don't know if they was aware what she was doing outside, but I think they were because she was running inside and running back out. So I run behind her to grab my son. All the young boys run behind me to, to de-escalate the situation because they see she was harassing me. Yes, people, Perry. So when I run to committee room, I get my sign from her and I grab my sign from her. I saw Patsy Headley. Patsy Headley was like, Leslie, all done of that. I said, why don't you tell Perry, stop running from the committee room and go in and pull all my signs and stuff down. If you all want to stand for what's right, stand for what's right. Tell Perry, leave the woman thing alone, Perry. Don't go pull down her signs on me. Speak for her. Don't just take up for her and she was wrong. So when they see all the young men running in the community room to de-escalate the situation, Perry decided to call the cops. People, you see all these people like to provoke here. And then she stays quiet like she ain't do nothing. She decided to call the cops. When the cops came, she was like, this is her over there, whatever, and stuff. But me, people, I know my laws. I study all state and city law, and I know my rights. It's freedom to protest, and no police could stop you from protesting. So when the police came, I don't know what she told them to run there. I know she told them I had a hammer. She told them all kind of bad stuff, hoping that I get arrested. So people know I am lawyered up. So one phone call to my lawyer, they can't touch me. Because I know Perry was fabricating story. They made up, people has made up so much of false allegation report against me in the prison. It's a shame. That's how deep these people is and hatred they have. And I don't bother them. All I do is just talk the truth and speak the truth, and they cannot deal with the truth. Anyway, moving forward. So then, she pulled the police came, whatever and stuff. So Perry, the police, and BB, all them in the middle of it. I know my rights. And I said, police, I said, I continue my protest sign. I said, officer, excuse me, and I can't be protesting. I said, officer, if you want to know who was harassing who, there's cameras all over here. Go to the office and let the same person, Perry, who call the cops and said I'm on harassing her, that she show the camera. And then you'll see who's harassing who. All right? Excuse me, and I continue protesting with my sign in the middle of the police and Perry and BB and them. So people, right? So because Perry's on the board and Tina and them, and they encourage Lamont to harass me, so Lamont take up in the island, take up their cup of tea for them here. Me and Lamont never had nothing. I remember people advocate for Lamont to get a job here. Part-time worker. He used to have all his little dance shows. I used to go and support him. If he's in the Rainbow Committee and he want to be a Rainbow member and a Rainbow banger, that's on him. I was born a woman and I want to die a woman. Whatever people want to do with their life, I've done to me. Don't bring your Rainbow Committee thing to me because that's not part of my life. All right? Anyway, people, moving forward. When after that now, when he continued troubling me, harassing me and stuff, and there's a time I used to collect bottles for the kids and them. I don't know if you all know that. I would pick up all the plastic bottles in the different buildings, and whenever I have stuff for the kids, I will sell the bottles and use the money towards their event. Like I used to do the Christmas parties I told you guys before, Easter hunt, So I was begging for donation. It comes from my pocket when I do it, so I was go around asking the shareholders for donation. But anyway, too, so on Juneteenth, that's on Thursday, I'm having a next celebrating Juneteenth for the kids and them. I do Juneteenth, and I do Juneteenth, I do not July 4th, Juneteenth, and I celebrate Labor Day, and also get the street blocked off for them every summer as a block party. So that's the only three things I celebrate with the kids in the community. Before I used to do the block, before I used to do like the Easter hunt, Halloween, Christmas, I don't celebrate those holidays anymore. So on Thursday is Juneteenth, I collect donation. Anybody willing to help me donate towards making the kids have a nice little evening, I make them bouncy house in my bike, hot dog, hamburgers for them, but most of the time it comes to my pocket, and if I sometimes there's really some good shareholders or people might actually donate something for me, give me a case of water, because I go around, I ask for donations, and if I get, but I still do that for the kids. Anyway, I don't want to cut the story, so moving forward, I don't want to mix the story up. Yeah, so on around in June, I think it was around the gay parade falls around the same time with our Juneteenth. So I had a Juneteenth, June 19. I think the gay parade is around this time, people. So around the same time as the gay parade and the Juneteenth, just like this year, is around the same time when Lamont attacked me. So apparently Lamont was supposed to come to work after the gay parade, and he didn't want to come. Maybe he was tired, because remember the parade is a good time you're having, whatever, maybe he's tired. And Avian Carrington, the site manager, realized he didn't come to work, and all the garbage were there and stuff, all the Juneteenth garbage. Even though we cleaned up, put the box, and she realized everything was there. So Avian called Lamont out to work, and he was upset. Because remember, he was in parade, wherever he went to the gay parade, having a good time, whatever, yeah. And apparently he was supposed to come, no, he didn't come to work the next day. Apparently, Avian Carrington, the site manager for Marion Scott, aka Submit, realized he didn't come to work and all his work is there, and she called him. She said, you have to come to work probably because you will be fired, whatever. People keep in mind, Lamont is very lazy. He takes 200 breaks. He carry news back and forth to the board, he carry news from the workers to the site manager. He's a carry news to Victor. He's a carry news. So he's like that. He just back and forth with them CDC, right? And then one person asked him, Lamont, why are you getting involved in the board and throwing with Miss Leslie? Miss Leslie used to be good. He said, that's how he keep his job. So people, apparently by troubling me and harassing me, he doing Perry and Blackwell and them job. Because he said, the person said, why are you getting involved and meddling? Miss Leslie used to be good. He person clearly and told the person that is how he keeps his job. So you don't keep what he has to do to keep his job. So by harassing me and doing things to me is like, that's why he keep his job, to make Perry and Blackwell happy. People, yes, I tell you about the politics. I think it's two things I go through these people and them. That's why I tell you, I'm in the spiritual realm now. They can't touch me with a rod. Anyway, people, moving forward, so I stood up waiting for my daughter, as you might see in the clip. And I had an incense in my hand, right? And I always walk with my incense, like anybody giving me a tough time, whatever. That's a way to just smoke them out without physically touching them. So I stood up waiting for my daughter in the basement. And so Lamont come to work and like he was upset, but I didn't know what going on until after. So Carl asked me, yelled at Carl, tell him to move the garbage. You remember people, if you speak to him, he rude to Carl, he nasty. But remember the board is behind him. So he was disrespectful to the manager, he was disrespectful to all the workers. He'll carry news back and forth to the workers. I understand when them young boys told me he was taping them on the corner, taping one of the workers in the corner by the Rutland Road there. And so this is a little thing Lamont get involved in. It has nothing to do with his job. But just because Perry and Blackwell and BB and them probably backing him, he'll continue to do it. Anyway, and there's nobody smart enough on the board to say, Lamont, leave the woman alone. She in trouble, you whatever. But Blackwell, I still glorify Blackwell and Perry because they realize no matter what they do to me, they're not getting to me. So they're using Lamont now because so you could use the gay stuff to try to put you in trouble. They like to use, he's gay, so he will trouble her and she will tell evil things. So people, anyway. So he came and he grabbed my incense from my hand and then he took my bag I had in my hand and he spilled my bag on the floor with all my stuff in it. People, one thing with me, I know the law of New York State. You never hit somebody first. You must always let them hit you first. Many times Perry tried to provoke me and Blackwell. But I'm a smart person and I know the laws. You don't touch nobody before they touch you. Alright? So Lamont, when he grabbed my purse and showed it whatever and stuff, but I still call the cops. Anyway, people, he scatter all my stuff on the ground and, so Carl and everybody came and the manager come outside and she see what happened. But people, he's telling people he made a complaint to the human rights and said, I make him lose his job because I provoke him in a job about being gay. People, do you know how much time Lamont gets suspended? Do you know how much time Lamont went on anger management? And these are the people we have working here. Nobody don't know the problem Lamont have with anger. After Lamont threw my bag and stuff and grabbed my incense, you think that was done? Lamont went in the office, the men's lunchroom, and break up all the stuff, all the men's lunchroom. You could have, if you listen to the video carefully, you will hear in the background, we're hearing glass and thing break. He went like a madman in there. Because people remember he tired. He went to the gay parade before, then he didn't come to work today, and Avian called him out, and then he saw me there, he tried to attack me, he didn't get what he wanted, so he decided to break up everything, whatever thing. So this is the reason why Lamont got fired. Because trust me, Avian, Perry, Blackwell, them would have been glad that he attacked me. They would have been glad that he attacked me. They didn't fire Lamont because Lamont attacked me. They fired Lamont because how Lamont behaved. After attacking me, he went in the men's room, the men's lunchroom, the office, and he break up and you all in here about that, right? I'm telling you all that. That's why I told you guys. I talk about the things that people think about saying, would like to say, and don't even know what went on. So I am talking about everything. I don't hold nothing back. I only know the truth. I'm real. That's why he's on cut and real with Miss Leslie. And he went and break up people. Maybe people in the building in here, that the community, he break up the whole men's lunchroom. It was like a tornado in there. So when people say, I make Lamont get fired, I didn't get Lamont fired. Lamont make himself get fired. Do you know how much time the union come for Lamont? And because of Perry and Blackwell, he getting away with it. Lamont was a horrible, horrible worker here. He take 220 much breaks, will run by the deli. You see Lamont run by the deli. And you know what he do? He hide behind this gay thing to say, now, if you tease me, it's gay. Nobody in tease Lamont. But anyway, he went to the this place, I just call it there, boy. Some people not report me to human rights and say I trouble him because he's gay. People remember and I make him get fired. People remember I don't trouble him. So I'll put somebody around here who lose her apartment in 806 and she lives in my building now, and she have 3 boys who's in the Rainbow Committee like Lamont himself. So they wrote a letter to human rights, and there's a short one in the corner, Rotten Robert Delhi. I think they killed her son sometime 2 years ago, and she's like a security guard at the corner there. So them are the people that he hangs out with. So they didn't like me. So they actually formed fraudulent letter and said they saw me troubling him and they saw me thing, but nobody didn't realize I didn't make Lamont get fired. Part of what he did with me probably making him get fired because Avian was Friday, she was the manager, and she came outside and she saw everything. If you look in the video, people, you will see the site manager, that was Avian Carrington. You will see the secretary, Stephanie. You will see Mr. Carl, the super, you'll see the worker, you'll see the security. Everybody was stunned to see how Lamont behaved. And nobody called the cops. Because even a week before, I called the security prior. He was helping them deliver food in the community room. And he wasn't working. He was off. But he played nice for pairing him. You know, he sucked up the pairing him so they could have his back. So he came to share the food with some free food they have in the community room. They serve for the people and them, some pantry. So he wasn't working. He come to work somewhere the early part of June, that before this happened, before he attacked me. And whilst I'm going in my elevator, people, where I live, you know, on the 5th floor where I live, I'm coming into the elevator, and this guy is pushing this big cat and they want me to come in the elevator. I said, excuse me, I need to come in. No, you're not coming. So I said, I need to come in, and I taped him. Because he tried to attack me and roll his stuff on my foot, but I'm not scared of him, people, because I had everything in my pocket. You know, if he missed it, I'm sorry for him. You know, but Lamont will never attack a real man like that. He will never attack a real man like that. He will never attack a real man, but I don't hit first. I don't hit first. Anyway, people, yeah, so this is what happened. So they make, and then, you know, people, he actually sue Harry Silver now. Yeah, this is the second time he sued Harry Silver. Yeah, he sued Harry Silver now because I understand from somebody he wanted to sue them to get the money. He wanted to do a transition. He wants to change, you know, those that changing from a man to a woman or something like that. So I think he wanted the money. So I heard people allegedly, they said he wants to transition fully. So he won the money. He sued Harry Silver to get the money to see a transition fully. People, that's not my business. If he's a rainbow gangbanger, that's on him. All right? But don't use my name to sue Harry Silver and say it's because I just tease you. People, I don't have no time at Lamont. And I'm sure Perry and Blackwell is backing him because I hear Perry and want him to get back his job even though he did all this wrong. Blackwell saying, oh, he's my baby. No, he's not your baby. He's just a news carrier. He's a gossip and he bring all the news and he carry for you. That's all they want him, baby. Why would Lamont sue Harry Silver and all they want to back him? He lose his job. He caused himself to lose his job. He break up the whole office. Besides attacking me, the guy break up the whole office. And Lamont break up the whole men's lunch room. I don't know if it's the office or anybody. The lunch room was, he was saying thing breaking up. The office was the lunch room was a tornado. You know? The union, if all you know, Lamont have a terrible temper tantrum and he lives around. And people, I'm not the first person he attack. He attacked some of the workers who work here already and they will not fire him because you know why Blackwell and Perry supports them. If Lamont have no respect for the shareholders and the workers here, because of Blackwell and Perry backing him. You know, and then they have had to write a letter and say they see me tease him. No, Lamont, you didn't get fired because of me. You get fired because if you had to get fired for me, they would have never fired you because none of them don't like me. You get fired for disrespecting the site manager and the super and everybody. Carl can't even talk to you. Because the same time when you attacked me, Carl asked you to pick up the garbage. You was so tired from your gay parade that you don't want to come to work. That Avian call you out to come, but if you don't come to work, you will get fired. So you come to work tired and exhausted, and everybody know when you're tired and exhausted from a parade, Labor Day, any parade, you don't feel to work, so you come to work mad and upset because all your work was there waiting for you. And you choose me to take your rage off her. You choose me to take your rage off to attack me, grabbing my bag and throwing my stuff around, cursing me off for things that I don't even know about. Me know where you get your story from, Lamont. I don't know where you get this story from, the things you're saying. Everybody know I'm a mother that cook. A1 mother. So when you make the fabricating a little lie, we have a little story here, and come better than that. Come better than that. There's nothing you can possibly tell me come better than that. You know? So this suing Harry Silver for saying you lose your job because of me make you. No. You lose your job because you attacked me, and that's not the reason to fire you. You went in the office and you break up the men's lunchroom, and I don't know if you break up the office too. Face it, Lamont, you have a bad temper problem. Do you know how much time the union come here? And the management and the board knows about Lamont his tantrums, his keep. You have excuse, he go to counseling. And these are the people you all had around here working here. Lamont could have thing on any, but he got thing on beside me. He could, where's the word? What's the word? When he could just snap. Lamont could have snap on anybody, and Harry Silver could be a shareholder, could be one of the workers, but he's smart. He don't go around strong men. He don't go around young gangster boys. He go around women. So he come at me, he won't go around a regular gang. He won't go around my nephew and them like that. No. You know what to do. But Lamont go around the workers and them in here carrying news and want to tell him, no, we don't need Lamont here. Lamont don't need to work here. He did a horror job from little time he was here. He's lazy. He will go and take 10 breaks, go to the corner, smoke 20 cigarettes, respect, and go and take breaks and go to the coffee shop. Most of the time you see Lamont is on the road, the garbage and clean nothing. And Perry and Blackwell and will condole that because why? They love Lamont. He's my son. And same time, why they didn't use the workers to go to, he's suing Harry Silver people. I don't know much of so much money because they say he want to use that money to transition. Allegedly, so I heard. So he sued Harry Silver and put in this thing that is because of me trouble him for all these years. That is why he get fired because of me. People, Lamont didn't get Lamont. Been having a lot of write-ups. Ask Carl, every management from he been having a lot of write-up. And since Lamont is not here, the workers are at peace. He served the workers on easy because he will run and take all the news to the manager and take all the news to Blackwell and Perry, go back and forth, gossip. The workers are at peace now since Lamont not here anymore. Since Lamont not working at Harry Silver, the workers are at peace. They might have a little thing between themselves, but they're more at peace. Lamont was causing problems here. And if Marion Scott and Harry Silver know that Lamont has mental breakdown, whatever he may have allegedly, they should, the amount of counseling he went to. The amount of counseling I understand Lamont went to, the union has to come, the union rep has to come to Harry Silver several times. So don't go and blame and say Leslie make you get fired because she calling you gay or whatever. No, Lamont didn't call you no gay. Only time I talk about you being gay is when I was on the phone with the police, letting the police know. Is they asked me if it's male or female last night, and that's all I tell them. And you remember you, Lamont, come to my door and tell me you're not gay? But you came to my door and tell me you're not gay when you come and trust my food or when I used to sell my food and never pay me back. You cannot scam me. I tell you, you lie too much. Learn to speak the truth. And you come at me, you will be attacked spiritually. See how you lose your job? Don't come at me. And Perry and Blackwell, those who wanted to come back here and work, you should not come back here and work. Lamont have issues. That's why you should go for so much counseling and stuff. And this is the people we have working here. How much we don't really do no background check on these people when we hire them here. Lamont come to work here because of his dad. His father was a sane person, Michael. He does span, harmony, steal up a show, everything. He was a sane person here. But Lamont have issues and he never go and deal with it. So he could have snapped on any shareholders, any seniors. He just chose to snap on me. He snap on work. He snap on somebody workers here before too, yeah. Just every time all they don't really know nothing. And he will run and go and tell managers everything, yeah. That's how he keep his job. And he'll go and get gossip and tell people with Perry Blackwell. Yes, that's how he keep his job. He's in every confusion, every gossip he's in. Alright? So people, that is, I have to give you all that. You all know what happened, but you miss him and you're not missing. And people say they didn't see him around here and somebody asked me to speak about it. Speak on Lamont Joseph with the attack he did to me in 2023. Around the same time, people, Juneteenth, around the gay parade and Juneteenth the same time. You see, so this is the kind of things Perry and did. Everybody can say whatever they want about Leslie, but I'm real. So when I see Perry and them playing innocently and them BB Perry and Lamont came and pulling all my signs down, I'm telling you people, the police came and they still trying to Perry said on comment like, you know, she knows and you doing it wrong. But they put out this like it's so innocent. That's how she liked to look. And Patsy Headley, I'm very disappointed with you because when they run in the committee with my sting, they're pulling down, you didn't snap as a woman and say, Perry, you'll leave the woman alone. They were running over the committee, grabbing myself and running back in the committee. And when the young boys run to de-escalate the situation, when they said I was going to grab my sign from Perry, the lie and the claim that the young boys come to attack the seniors and make the police come over here. That's how they are. Fabricating lies. All right, people. So that's an update. What somebody want me to speak about when Lamont attacked me. Watch it, comment, whatever, all right? So like, subscribe, and share. Again, like, subscribe, and share. Please make free to make a comment. And again, Juneteenth is on Thursday, and anybody watching this would like to donate towards me having my Juneteenth celebration for the kids of the community. So if you know the history, is welcome to donate. Bye. Peace. Ashe.